everyone, this is Eli G. Brown / Eli J. Brony, and welcome to this video here where I show off a number of my different Bionicle and Hero Factory MOCs I've previously not shown off. But before we get into that, I'm going to be making some sort of an announcement here. I had been thinking today, I've been building a number of these different MOCs from different parts from official sets, whether they be from Bionicle, G1 or G2, or from Hero Factory. And I had pretty much gotten into thinking I should probably start to do some classic Bionicle reviews on some of the older Bionicle sets. I mean, I've already done some of them, at least, but I was thinking that it may be about time that I started disassembling quite a lot of the different MOCs I have, because after making a video showing them off, and until now, there are some that I have not shown off, but I'm going to be getting to those in a bit. I think that pretty much is about time for these guys to get disassembled and their parts get put into the parts drawer. And there could also be a chance that if I do continue to make MOCs in the future, I may just make them, show them off, and then disassemble them and reuse their parts again later. So that's just the announcement that I have there. But anyway, I just thought that I would show off some MOCs that I haven't already before I decide to disassemble them along with some of the other MOCs that I have made over the years. So first, here are some characters that I have made. You know, come to think of it, I'm not quite sure if having a red background is going to be good for this sort of video, so you know what? Be right back. Okay, I guess that may be a little bit better, but I am aware that it's not the best. In fact, the quality probably is not the best, as some of you have pointed out in my last couple of videos, but oh well. I will try to see if I can get a better camera at some point, but for now, this is what I've got. So I'm going to show off these characters real quickly right here. These are actually updated versions of some Hero Factory Hero MOCs that I made back in 2012 during the Breakout series. And the whole point of these characters is to use the masks from the Knights Kingdom series. Now, the way that I put them on is pretty much kind of a cheat way. I use sticky tack to get them on there. There are some sources that say, oh, that kind of is cheating, but I just could not figure out any other legitimate way to get the masks to go on like that. So this was what I had to go by. So this is a red character. I can't remember all of their names. This is a character that uses both the red and the translucent orange color, though it's actually kind of hard to tell from this sort of camera, this sort of angle here, or rather just the quality of the camera. But this is a red character that uses the red mask and the translucent parts, as well as these armor pieces that are used on the side. And he uses the same weapon piece as Tahunuva and Turok from Bionicle. And then this character right here, this is supposed to be a female character of this particular team. This character has a lot of translucent blue, translucent blue, and I used these pieces. These are light blue feet or something pieces that came from a different Technic series, as well as light blue Glatorian hands to go along with the light blue Knights Kingdom mask. And the main body piece uses the same one from Stringer in the Breakout series in Hero Factory, just had the printing on there be rubbed off. And this next character here, this is a green character, and he actually had been updated. I originally used the yellow color for his secondary color, since there had not been a lot of the green parts that had been released at the time, but went ahead and used the lime green parts, because I think that it works as a better combination with the colors and such. The mask is actually not the same shade, and the camera is doing that again, the whole blur thing, which some of you have also complained about. But anyway, the mask is actually not the same shade of green as used here. This is actually the original Mata green that was introduced with Liwa. Well, maybe not introduced with Liwa, but Liwa was one of the first Bionicle characters to have this particular color of green. But they updated the green color to be a little lighter when we came into the Superheroes series of sets, where this color was used for the Green Lantern set, and it was a lighter green than what we originally had, and this lighter green color also carried over to Liwa in the 2015 Bionicle series, the Generation 2. And the weapon, the sword pieces I used are the very light green sword pieces. I'm not quite sure what set they came from, but I got a couple of them off of Bricklink, and I used them right here. And the last character of this series is this purple guy. I used a combination of purple and orange. I originally used lime green for him, but I decided to switch over to orange because I think that the combination of purple and orange works a lot better. And also, the hands and feet are not available in orange, so I had to use a different color to accomplish that. Now, there were some pieces that did not exist yet at the time that I made this MOC. In fact, when I made this MOC, Wave 2 of Breakout was not even released yet, so I used a different, one of those purple armor pieces that came with the Joker set, used it on the torso to pretty much be some way to make a purple body, but then Voltix was released, and he had the purple main body piece, so I went ahead and used that instead. So purple is not a very common color that we get, so of course we did get it a few more times, one of which would be when Bionicle came out in 2015, and Onua got some of the purple Forlong size armor pieces. So that's it for these hero characters right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them around, considering that I made that announcement that I would start disassembling a number of my different MOCs and start going back to reassembling the original Bionicle sets. But this is not where the video ends here, because I have some other MOCs that I would like to show off before I would probably say it's time to have them go into the parts drawer. These next ones that we are going to be looking at are my attempts on trying to make a Bionicle or Hero Factory version of Dudley Puppy and Kitty Catwell from the Nickelodeon show Tough Puppy. They're not really all that great as far as how they look. In fact, I really am not too sure if I want to try to continue trying to create something perfect using all sorts of different parts. What I tried to do for Dudley here is that, well, he's a dog that, you know what, should have had him with the black armor on his shoulders. What a goof up that I made. Oh well. And he wears a black t-shirt, and he doesn't wear any pants, and he's a white dog, so all of the his arms and legs are all white. He also has a white tail, which I attached onto the back, and these are supposed to be his ears, up right here, and I used a foot piece for his head. And Kitty right here, I'm not quite sure if I'm too happy about how this one came out. I used some gold pieces for, well, for her tail, and I used a lighter brown foot piece for her head, and this is supposed to be her hair, but it just does not look all that great. So, yeah, I'm not too proud of these MOCs. I just thought that I'd show you them to show that I did try to make MOCs like this, but it just does not look like it's gonna go anywhere. So, it can be quite clear that these guys are soon gonna be disassembled and put back into the parts drawers. Alright, next one. Next one is this villain character that I made for the Hero Factory universe. The reason why I didn't show him off until now is because I was trying to think of a good name for him, but I just could not think of one. And I also have not come up with a backstory with him either. I just built him, and I tried to come up with some sort of name, but I just could not think of one. So I'm just showing him off now, just to show what he looks like before I may decide to take him apart. So this is a villain character. Not quite sure what era of Hero Factory he would appear in. And he uses a painted version of Furno's mask, which I've used before in mocking. And the main body piece that he uses is the same one that is used for Bulk in the Breakout series. So he is a combination of the colors gunmetal and gold. Along with some of the other gold parts, I used the gold drill piece and the gold electric pieces right there. So that is him. Next up is this sort of dragon creature that is built using all sorts of the translucent parts. All sorts of them. I've been really obsessed with making something that uses a lot of the translucent parts. This is another attempt at doing that. Again, I haven't thought of a name, which is why I didn't show this guy off until now. So that is this thing. Next up is my attempt at making this creature from, I think it's a Hikaki or something. It was one of the creatures from the Master Builder set. This was an attempt to make what one in Generation 2 would look like if such had even appeared. And what I did was, we'll use a combination of some red and some Keat orange. Of course, on the camera they look like they are the standard yellow color, but I can tell you this is actually Keat orange. I can see it in person, and it is Keat orange, but I am aware that on the camera it looks like it is a standard yellow color, but it's not. It is Keat orange. And that's really all that I gotta say about this one. Next one. Well, actually, the next three that I have are actually ones that are supposed to go in a series together. First, we got this creature, and then we have this little guy, and then we have this guy. Alright, so these three characters are supposed to go in some sort of a series. Like some aquatic series. Like, this is a water warrior. His job is to protect the underwater city from all sorts of different creatures. Some very evil creatures. These guys are included. And his helmet is made using the head of one of those creatures. Now, of course, depending on the color, well, alright, so these are supposed to be a member of the same species. This is an adult creature, and this is a baby creature. And the baby creatures start out as being small and red, and they have just these fins. Then, when they grow older, they grow this big, and they are blue instead of red, and they gain arms, and they gain feet, and they have this tail. Then, when they die, their skin changes into a purple color, which explains why the helmet here is purple now. So, all in all, it was quite fun to try to assemble all of these different MOCs all together. Feel free to tell me if you actually liked any of these MOCs. If you didn't, that's okay, because I'm not too sure if I'm going to be keeping these around anyway, as I've said before. So thank you so much for watching. I'm not quite sure how soon I will get back into MOC making, because I do have plans on rebuilding the original Bionicle sets. I did disassemble them a long time ago so I could do mock making. And of course I have purchased a number of different parts on Bricklink over the years when I first discovered it in 2011. So thank you so much for watching, and be on the lookout for future videos, whether they be about mocks or reviews on official sets. So, I will see you all then.